Stage lights cold as a winter rain. One breath, one prayer, then the world went strange. Crowd froze up when the thunder cracked. Truth on a mic and a life attacked. He talked about hope in a storming land, Bible in the heart and a promise in his hands. But a shadow reached from a coward's perch, cut down a son in the middle of church. And I swear if the tables turned the other way, y'all know there'd be fires in the streets today. But here we stand with candles and a folded flag, begging God for mercy on the road we drag. How dare they steal the breath from a faithful man? How dare they stain the grass where his boots once stand? They call us evil, point at our cross, then pull that trigger and reckon no cost. If it were theirs, there'd be sirens and flames, but we're praying for truth while we whisper his name. Charlie, we ain't letting go of your hand.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, good evening, Erie County. Here we are. Sunday. Here we are again. Well, it was trying to be a nice day, a little cool outside. Got some little nickel dime things done to the old Hummer. Of course, she's an old girl, so she needs a little more attention than usual. So just nickel dime things, button up some projects before it gets bad out. So got that done. Took some yard signs down that were still running around out and about. So I've been picking them up as we go along. If you see a yard sign out for one of our team members, just stop and pick it up. You know, it's hard to remember where they're all at, and sometimes people put them out and didn't tell us where they're out, so we have no idea where they're at. So if you see a yard sign still kind of, out there running around, just pick it up. Take it, and if it's one of those garbage can style, garbage bag ones, just throw it in recycle bin. If it's one of the ones that has the H style steel on it, save those. Those are reusable. The other ones really aren't. So yeah, again, just a nice day. Get some things tidied up around the house. And here we are. It is Sunday, and boy, is just amazing things to talk about. It's so funny, that the Democrats just keep going down the list of things to hate this week. I swear they do have a list. Let's see, Russia, government shutdown, Epstein files. Oops, that blew up on her face. So now we have our six officers or former officers, which is kind of a unique thing. If you really kind of go dig around, they officers receive their power from a commission. Okay, from Congress. They have to be commissioned from Congress. And guess what? Once you're an officer, you are always an officer. I've heard some chatter, some different things running around. People say, well, what can they do to them? Well, actually, Congress can strip them of their commission. And then, of course, I got this officially here. Crimes, Article 133, conduct unbecoming an officer. Very specific, very, very specific on how officers are supposed to act. Now, they have the same clause for the, NCOs, which is in most military, it's E5 and above. I know the Marine Corps does corporals. I'm not sure if they're still not considered a non-commissioned officer, but they can be charged with the same thing with just a different title. So these 6 patriots. Yes, wait for it. Loading sarcasm. Yeah. Yeah. I just swear to God, the Epstein thing did not work and plan out the way they wanted it to. So they literally had to just go with, okay. What's the next thing on the list that we can throw out there to try to make stick to Trump? Doesn't stick. All their shenanigans is just absolutely a joke. And we have a video of Miss Crockett absolutely positively dead wrong. Wrong. And even when confronted on the Clinton News, cable news network, she still is still drilling down on it. That it's just, well, we have a great video with Dr. Jeffrey from the words of the man himself, the real one, not the one that's dead. And I'll tell you what, for a doctor and a guy that is actually probably taking a little bit of heat, he's actually pretty smart. And he's a doctor, and it's sorry, that he has a good sense of humor and be able to laugh at this thing. So, uh, the things that are coming out of Minnesota and all the corruption and how many people are getting arrested with their hands in the cookie jar, Democrat after Democrat after Democrat after Democrat, and then they point their fingers at us. Well, we pretty much have figured that out. And I read an article that crazy Somalian guy that ran for mayor is now running from ICE. So I heard that they're going to pick him up and he's going to go back to the motherland. Take Omar with you, please. So our first one is Feed Our Future. I mean, these people literally stole millions of dollars of money that was supposed to go to feed the children and everything during the pandemic. And of course, it's just a big money grab. So go ahead and play that first video, Brenda.
A $250 million fraud scheme. Already 77 people, many of them Somali immigrants, have been charged in one of the largest taxpayer-funded scams in U.S. history. Minnesota, home to the largest Somali community in America, has become the center of this massive investigation. This is the Feeding Our Future scandal, a pandemic-era scheme in which defendants allegedly stole over $250 million meant to provide meals for low-income children. Instead of feeding kids, prosecutors say the money went toward luxury homes, high-end cars, jewelry, overseas transfers, and an entire network of shell companies. According to the DOJ, the conspirators submitted fake invoices, fabricated meal counts, and even staged photos to make it look like they were serving millions of meals that never existed. In some cases, they claimed to feed more children than lived in entire neighborhoods. A federal jury found Amy Bach, the founder of Feeding Our Future, and Salim Ahmed Saeed guilty of conspiracy, bribery, wire fraud, money laundering. Federal officials say more arrests may still be coming.
The 77th person is now charged in the $300 million Feeding Our Future meal fraud case. Usman Kamara runs a very popular grocery store in North Minneapolis on Broadway Avenue called Kay's Dollar Grocery and Deli, or Kay's African Market. That's where federal prosecutors say Kamara claimed to serve 300,000 meals to kids during the pandemic. The indictment says that never happened, and he stole $1 million meant to feed hungry kids. The feds plan to seize the building where the store is located because they say Kamara used fraud money to buy it from his landlord. I'm Lou Bragoose. Follow for more news.
Well. Another story of somebody from Somalia coming here scamming us left and right and tell us how horrible the country we are and we don't care about democracy. And I would be hard pressed to even 90% of these Somalians even know what democracy is. And then they absolutely come here and just scam and scam. And of course, when President Trump says it, oh no, you're just being xenophobic and you're just being racist and you're just being mean. There's the stories, folks. It's in black and white. And how many years post-pandemic are we now that finally all this stuff is coming out, and it's nice to see that there's some handcuffs being put out, and I appreciate that. It's just like the state rep that we had on here. I think it was a state rep, Congressman, whatever she was. She scammed $5 million from FEMA for her campaign. And what's the first thing out of her mouth is, "Oh, this is racist. It's all racist." No, you're getting caught with your hands in the cookie jar, and you're gonna get burned. And I can't wait to see some perp walks. I can't wait to see some handcuffs come out. Oh yeah, oh yeah. You're Matt. You're absolutely right. The monster who had lit that poor woman on fire in Chicago has been arrested 70 times prior. It won't wake up the Dems. Hillary and Bill are next for, yeah, but they, guess what? For their dispositions, they said they're not going to comply. Oh, gee, let me, whoa. I thought the Democrats stated very clearly that nobody was again above the law. Well, except for the Clintons and Democrats and all the other people, the Somalians in Minnesota and Tim Walz, dancing around like having a good time. So yeah, well, we got some other good news for the show. Speaking, of course, we have Brenda. We sat down and we had a conversation about websites and addresses and all that good fun stuff. And we went online, and our new friend Tom, he's been he comes in the show every once in a while. I had to meet him at the Come to Jesus meeting the other day at the headquarters, and he has a marketing company, and I was kind of picking his brain about websites. I said, what you suggest someone that doesn't do it for a living is the easiest way to start a website. He gave me some tips, and sure enough, he was right on the money. All the stuff is AI covered, and we dug the footer. we put the forms up, we put the cement down. So now we're going to build on it. Again, it's just at its infancy. We got that up and running. So, Brenda, would you play a little promo video I put together today? Please stop by our new website at botgwithbrianshank.com. So go ahead and download that. If you want it, I'll send it to you. I'll post it up on my social media today, but I wanted to make it the official announcement here. It is up and running. We had a tough time coming up with the name to make it not too long, because Boots on the Ground with Brian Shank is pretty long. So that's why we just went with BOTG with Brian Shank. So there it is. It's official. It's up and running. Please check it out. We got some merchandise. Brenda figured out how we went with a little nicer website. That way we can do merchandise. We can take donations. We can sell stuff. And that way we can start generating some revenue, because now we're starting in that world where we're catching some costs, like restream costs money, and then the websites cost money. So there's the official website. Brenda's click. One click ahead of me. So yeah. And then we'll get that up and running, and we'll just keep building on it and building on it. We just started. Brenda started it last night. I had to work last night, so she sat at home last night and got it up and running. So thank goodness. Just make sure the foundation doesn't crack, right? Well, trust me, it was poured very well. We got that. So there, Brenda put the link in the text, and there it is. So yeah, again, it's just at its basic. It's kind of boring. It doesn't have any. Relax, we'll get there. Brenda had to do a lot of research just to get that up and running, and how to put videos up. She got some of our show videos up there and playing, and then of course they had to figure out how to take donations and how to sell the merchandise and t-shirts, and we'll get some coffee mugs up there, and people are like, hey man, we want some stuff. Well, we'll get it up there. It's just Brenda and I, so we do the best we can with what we got. So the next will be Epstein.
Who also took money from somebody named Jeffrey Epstein, as I had my team dig in very quickly. Mitt Romney, the NRCC, Lee Zeldin, George Bush, Win Red, McCain Palin, Rick Lazio.
You mentioned Lee Zeldin there. He's now a cabinet secretary. He responded and said it was actually Dr. Jeffrey Epstein, who's a doctor, doesn't have any relation to the convicted sex trafficker. Unfortunate for that doctor, but that is who donated to a prior campaign of his. Do you want to correct the record on the people?
I never said that it was that Jeffrey Epstein. Unlike Republicans, I at least don't go out and just tell lies.
But people might see that and say, well, you're trying to make it sound like he took money from
I did not know.
a registered sex offender.
No, but I literally did not know.
Dr. Jeffrey Epstein, I don't know at this point if I should feel sorry for you. I'm sure you're proud of your family name. How do you feel getting mixed up in that mess?
It's been a week of a disaster, if you might say. I was very happy with my name. I've had it longer than he has. Obviously, I'm still here and he's not. But to be implicated or even the insinuation that I'm the pedophile, it was really pretty awful what she did. And she clearly, when she did her word scramble backpedaling on CNN the other night, those were just blatant lies. It's ridiculous.
What about what she said on CNN? We'll give it a chance to get it right.
She certainly didn't get it right. If anything, she lied even further because she never once said a Jeffrey Epstein. She said Jeffrey Epstein. Clearly, she implied that Lee Zeldin, amongst others, had taken money from the pedophile. But let the record show that if you look in the filings, you also see that Jasmine Crockett took money from Jeffrey Epstein.
Did you donate to Jasmine Crockett? I read you might.
I did. Donate to Jasmine Crockett.
All right, that's political jiu-jitsu. Good play. Doctor, thank you, and keep up the great work you're doing every day.
What do we want? The Epstein files release. When do we want it? Today. Okay. Release the Epstein files. What? I said release the Epstein files right now.
Do you mean like right now?
Yeah. Release all the Epstein files right now.
Donald, come on, there's no rush.
No, seriously, I'm giving you an order. Release the Epstein files. Come on, Trump. I mean, we've waited 6 years for those files. Well, what's a few more days?
Yeah, the Epstein files are like totally not even real anyway.
Yeah, what difference does it make?
Yeah, I gotta agree with this, guys. I mean, there's way more important things that we should be doing right now.
Yeah, let's just forget about it. It's not even that big of a deal. Wait a minute. All of a sudden, you guys don't care about the Epstein files?
What Epstein files?
For the last time, release the Epstein files.
Donald, honey, listen. There's a process. I mean, you can't just release things willy-nilly. That's not how files work, so these things take time.
Yeah, Trump, I mean, technically, these are classified files. I mean, double classified, maybe even triple classified. I mean, we're talking about national security here. I've actually already seen the files years ago, and there's nothing to see. Just a bunch of boring emails. I'll delete them if you want.
You do nothing, Democrats are hilarious.
And Marjorie Trader Green, I thought you wanted the list released. I was just being sarcastic. For clicks.
See, this is what I do. Beautiful 5D chess. For years, you Democrats and Rhino scream, release the files! When you think I won't do it. But the second I say release the files, you all panic. Because you know what's actually in there. I just got every single one of you on camera begging for the thing you're most terrified of. That's called checkmate.
Whoever does those videos are absolutely a genius. I mean, that animation, and I don't know how they do it. Of course, it's all computer generated stuff, and I get that. Lance, you're absolutely right. If I was Dr. Jeffrey Epstein, I'd be like suing the snot out of her for that. Talk about defamation. I mean, wow. And then she's like, well, I didn't know. I didn't know. Oh, yeah, but you were all up there in front of the microphone when the TV lights are on and the cameras are rolling and the microphones are all nice and charged up and ready to go. Boy, you sure didn't mind throwing his name out there pretty quick. And yeah, it was the wrong one. Hi, Kim, you're live.
Well, excellent job on the videos, Miss Brenda, and good job on the website. I'm so proud of you. It's
Yeah.
so awesome. And good job on your little clip, Brian. I loved it, loved it, loved it.
Yeah, it took some time, it's just a cap cut and you got to go back and, do it. And then you got to put the voiceover, then get the voiceover right with the other audio. So yeah, it's tough.
It's time consuming, but it's a lot of fun. I love it. Um, just a little update for everybody who's been asking questions. We are looking for people who'd like to join the Republican committee, and I've had a lot of questions: where, when, how, what do we do? I talked to Tim Kuzma today, and of course I talked to Brian. Bug crap out of him like 30 times today. So we will have a meeting in January, probably at the Colony Banquet Center or someplace like that. And the first date to circulate those petitions will be February 17th, and they'll have to be turned into the county courthouse on March 17th. So don't get in a panic or anything. It's only 10 signatures, and yes, you can sign your own petition. And if you have a spouse or somebody who's registered Republican in your house, they can sign it too. And we'll be more than happy to help you with all that good stuff. Super, super easy. And we are looking for, guess what? We're already looking for parade walkers for the first parade, which will be March, St. Patty's Day parade, March 15th. So we're going to be doing a lot of fun stuff. We're already planning the next year, and it's going to be fabulous. This year's primary will be May 19th. And the people on the ballot will be our great governor, lieutenant governor, state reps, and Mike Kelly. So if anybody's looking to run for office, please let myself, Brian, Tim, or Melanie know.
Yeah.
And I think that's all I have to share. That's all I have to share this night. Can you believe it?
Yeah, it'll come up. It'll come up quick. I mean, you have to look at the different offices, what's going on in the city, the county. There's always some school board openings, so make sure you pay attention to those because those are really important. Because talk about a very powerful taxing entity is your local school board. Literally, it just takes a handful of them to raise your taxes without even blinking an eye, and they don't have to go through a vote and this, that, and the other thing. And of course, county council, they put together their budget, and of course, it's going to be a tax increase because we have to, fund all these,
nonprofits.
Yeah, all the little nonprofits that are running around with their hands out, and of course, Gary Lee with DEI at $150,000 a year salary. Of course, they need money to keep going, and the city never donates a dollar to them. I mean, even when I was on council, like, yeah, hey mayor, how much money have you guys put in DEI? Oh, you don't understand. We have a DEI person. We don't really put money into DEI commission. So the county tax dollars get to pay for all the money they spend in the city. Because I would like to say, I'd like to have somebody come on this show and show me where $1 was spent of DEI money out of the city of Erie. Just bring it on here, and I'll eat crow. I'll eat the pie right here. You can prove me wrong because it doesn't exist. So yeah,
right. And I would like to point out, the last city council meeting, they had the first read, and of course, the tax increase will go through. That was a 7-0 vote, and the garbage and the sewer fees, which I was impressed. It only went through 4-0. But of course, even if you voted 0, you knew it was going to go through. They don't care who it hurts or anything. So like Miss Flora said, they refuse to work with any Republicans at the state or federal level. So instead of bringing those resources in, we'll just go ahead and we'll raise your taxes because that's much easier than, working with those people and bringing in that revenue.
Yeah, we get it. But, I think Brenton, I don't know what Brenton's going to do with it. I can only assume he's going to veto it. And then it'll go back down to them. Brenton has 10 days to veto it. And then it'll go back down to council. Then they can adjust it, or they can try to do a super veto, which they need 5. I don't see it because it was a 4-3 split. So it tells me right there's not enough votes to overturn the veto. So you still might not get a tax increase out of the county, because I think that's a double whammy for the folks in the city of Erie, man. That you're getting hit hard, because you're going to be, oh, people are like, oh, it's just a couple dollars. Well, a couple dollars for the fee, a couple dollars for that fee, a couple dollars for
Oh
the
yeah, it's
city.
going to add up
Yeah.
to a couple $100 for us. And you're absolutely right, Stan, about the school taxes. And don't forget who they just got on the school board, heading up with Gary Horton, who loves to tax and spend.
Oh, what's that? Tax and spend Democrats, and of course, there's not enough money for this, that, or the other project, and well, you'll see another school tax coming up real quick. So yeah, so Brenton will Lance, what happened to transparency? That all that is it's a trigger word that has people thinking that there is transparency. No, all these deals are made. It's just like it's like the city. Oh, we didn't know about the budget until it came down after election. You don't understand. Chuck Nelson up there, like, give me a break, Chuck. Shut up.
Right. I'm trying to say, well, you got, Senator Laughlin doesn't know how these things work, and if he knew the time schedule and everything, please, boy, we already know what you'd be surprised. Taxpayers are not stupid. We know exactly what you guys were doing. Just like when Brian was on county council, he could go up and talk to Paul and those guys at any time and say, hey, what's it look like? Where are we at? And that would be months before it was even due.
Yeah, we get that. Or we go through they go through the budget and line by line. We meet the council meets with every department head, go through their budget line by line. If there's anything crazy there, it'll show up. They needed, like the sheriff's department. We want to give everybody a 20% pay raise. No, we'd love to. Show me how to come up with that. Who's running against Mike? I don't pay attention to the Democrats. I mean, I don't think there's any Republicans going to dumb enough to challenge him. I mean, that's up. You want to be a Republican and challenge him. You knock yourself out. He's gonna outspend you, outmaneuver you, out everything you. So yeah, whatever Democrat. They had Christy Canibus. They had that. I don't know that the kid that the dad owns Quickie Marts or whatever they are.
Right.
Yeah, whatever his name is. It.
Yeah.
Another Democrat living in his mom and dad's basement wants to come out and be something important. Well, hey, we just got a mayor that lived in his basement with his mommy and daddy. So I guess maybe we are wrong. Dad, I'm telling you, I'm coming in and moving back to the basement. The joke's on me.
Sure.
We don't have a basement.
Right. And Bill, we do not know who's running against Mike Kelly. We're not even worried about that.
Don't even care. But all right,
no,
man.
Don't care.
Thanks for your
call.
call.
So that's what we got going on. And you guys know, while you're out there, talk to your friends, talk to your neighbors, see who wants to run for committee, and let myself, Brian, Tim, or Melanie know. And we will get back to you on what they got to do. In the meantime, have a joyful and beautiful Sunday. And that's it. Bye-bye.
All right. Talk to you. Baby Miss Makeup Kim Clear will run against Kelly. Oh, well, I mean, let's face it. The Republicans don't like to get out and vote. The Democrats do like to get out and vote. Vote blue no matter who. I mean, that girl that ran supervisor in Mill Creek. I still can't remember her name because I've seen her, nothing done to her. I saw a picture of her with Kathy Delcamper, and that was enough to turn me off. So other than that, yeah, don't know, don't care. Let's see. Oh yeah, this one's tag traitors.
I'm Senator Alyssa Slotkin.
Senator Mark Kelly.
Representative Chris Deluzio.
Congresswoman Maggie Goodland.
Representative Chrissy Houlihan.
Congressman Jason Crow. I was a captain in the United States Navy.
Former CIA officer.
Former Navy.
Former paratrooper and Army Ranger.
Former intelligence officer.
Former Air Force.
We want to speak directly to members of the military
and the intelligence community
who take risks each day to keep Americans safe.
We know you are under enormous stress and pressure right now.
Americans trust their military.
But that trust is at risk.
This administration is pitting our uniformed military
and intelligence community professionals
against American citizens.
Like us. You all swore an oath
to protect and defend this Constitution.
And right now, the threats to our Constitution aren't just coming from abroad, but from right here at home.
Our laws are clear. You can refuse illegal orders.
You can refuse illegal orders.
You must refuse illegal orders.
No one has to carry out orders that violate the law
or our Constitution.
We know this is hard and that it's a difficult time to be a public servant.
But whether you're serving in the CIA,
the Army,
or Navy,
the Air Force,
your vigilance is critical.
And know that we have your back.
Because now, more than ever,
The American people need you.
We need you to stand up for our laws,
our Constitution, and who we are as Americans. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up.
Don't give up the ship.
This morning, President Trump accused 6 Democratic lawmakers of seditious behavior punishable by death. Just to be clear, does the president want to execute members of Congress?
No. Let's be clear about what the president is responding to. You have sitting members of the United States Congress who conspired together to orchestrate a video message to members of the United States military, encouraging them to defy the president's lawful orders. We have 1.3 active duty service members in this country, and if they hear this radical message from sitting members of Congress, that could inspire chaos, and it could incite violence, and it certainly could disrupt the chain of command. To signal to people serving under this commander-in-chief, Donald Trump, that you can defy him and you can betray your oath of office. That is a very, very dangerous message, and it perhaps is punishable by law.
The president and the vice president, for that matter, have accused the other side of encouraging political violence. Isn't that exactly what the president is doing when he says that members of Congress should be killed?
Why aren't you talking about what these members of Congress are doing to encourage and incite violence? They are literally saying to 1.3 million active duty service members to defy the chain of command, not to follow lawful orders. Every single
refuse an illegal order, which
but they're suggesting, Nancy, that the president has given illegal orders, which he has not. Every single order that is given to this United States military by this commander-in-chief and through this chain of command, through the Secretary of War, is lawful. To suggest and encourage that active duty service members defy the chain of command is a very dangerous thing for sitting members of Congress to do. And they should be held accountable, and that's what the president wants to see. You will hear more about that later. Thank you.
Misquoted Democrats in that video. That's actually not what they said.
Yeah, and then I got this. Someone sent this to me, basically saying, I just want to point out to the thousands of service members who refused the illegal order from Joe Biden that forced them to get a COVID vaccine were fired without their benefits, and Democrats were perfectly okay with that. Isn't that just fitting that it's okay when they do it, but all they have to do is imply that we're doing it, then it's hell to pay. Hi, Dave, you're live. Welcome aboard, sir.
Yes, Mr. Shank, how's it going on this beautiful, nice, cold Sunday evening?
It's a nice day to sit inside with some pretzels and a coffee, actually. So what's going on?
I like it. Well, I was listening to my not my favorite radio station, but the enemy's radio station, so to speak.
The other guy.
Oh, no. I'm going to throw a little curveball here at you.
Go ahead.
See what you think. It's a Gannon station. Super Soul Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
And what I heard, I don't know if, they, after they play their music, they talk a little bit.
Right.
And they give commercials.
Sure.
And one of the sponsors, proudly sponsoring Super Soul Saturday, Diverse Erie.
Well, yeah.
Now, I'm wondering, is that proper? Now, Super Soul Saturday, they broadcast out of Gannon.
Okay. Yes, they do. Yeah,
that's the Gannon radio station.
Right. Correct.
And Diverse Erie, is that a county entity or what is it?
Diverse Erie?
Yeah, with Gary Lee. Gary is Mr. Lee.
Yeah, that is a county. It sits underneath the umbrella, but it's their own little entity, like the Water Authority. We don't have. We can't really just say, "Hey, you're fired," we would have. When I was on council, Kathy Dalkamper promised them $10 million. We gave them $3 million. They blew through $1.5 million on just stuff. Didn't buy one paintbrush or a gallon of paint. Then they're out begging for more money. But that $600,000 they got, that's peanuts to them. That'll just be walking around money for this and sponsoring radio stations and taking out commercials and stuff.
County money, though, isn't it?
It's technically you're right. It's grant money. So yeah,
It's grant money, and
Yep.
it's going to a
Gannon.
well, I guess you would call it a Catholic
Yeah.
radio station. It is Gannon. They I know my buddy. He's passed away. He was a disc jockey at that station.
Yeah.
And he played he played the funky stuff.
Oh yeah, right.
And he had to edit out some of these songs where they get a little, they'll use a little swear word.
Oh yeah, right.
He had to
Radio bleep.
he had to edit that out. He didn't beep it, but he edited it out because
Oh,
of
yeah.
Gannon. So I'm wondering, and another sponsor that I heard proudly sponsoring Super Soul Saturday is Erie Bank.
Wow, well, you know what? That's their money.
It's their money. I understand.
Knock yourself out.
But I know one thing: if I had money in Erie Bank, if I had checking accounts, savings accounts, CDs, what have you, I'd be down there tomorrow and I'd be pulling it all out.
Well, yeah, it's just like Brenda and I are talking about this whole thing with Erie Insurance. Just all they're doing is dumping money into Democrats. I mean, really? Really? That's how you're going to spend your profits? I mean, I get that you have the profits and we appreciate that. But, you're financing political entities in the city that reflect nothing back into the rest of the county, which, welcome to Erie County, Erie doing Erie stuff.
And speaking of Erie Insurance and the Democrats, when she was running for city mayor, I call her Miss Broadbeam. That's my nickname I gave her.
Yeah.
Take it as it is.
Right.
I got a little story on that, but we'll save that for some other time. But anyways, I was always sending her some videos to her Daria Devlin for mayor Facebook. It would be what do they call that? The instant messenger.
Oh yeah,
the messenger, Facebook Messenger. And I'd send her, videos about this, that, and the other thing, the stuff that's going on around here in this ghetto. But I'd notice, you probably know that when somebody clicks on that or whatever, they might not watch it, but they observe it. There's your icon drops down below whatever you send them.
Right.
They're your icon or whatever you want to call it. Well, when she was running during the campaign, I always noticed that she would observe it. She never responded to none of my videos that I sent her. And one of them was Erie Insurance, because they gave her a whole ton of money.
Oh, yes, they did.
And Erie Insurance owns the Rite Aid at 6th and Parade.
How about that?
And so I wanted to advise Miss Devlin of Erie Insurance apparent displeasure with a nuisance bar that's pretty close to the Rite Aid. The Rite Aid property.
Right.
So they apparently Erie Insurance put some big boulders because I guess the patrons, the neighborhood disrupting patrons, were using their parking lot to park, and then they'd go over to the bar and carry on or what have you. But so I wanted to advise Miss Devlin that, seeing how Erie Insurance gave you I think it was $270,000, I do believe.
That was a lot.
That Erie Insurance is, a little concerned about this neighborhood down here, the Lower East Side Renaissance District. That maybe when she gets to take office, gets sworn in, maybe she can provide a little assistance to Erie Insurance and the neighbors down around here.
Well, yeah,
but guess what? After she won the election, I didn't notice any of those little icons on any of my emails or my videos. Well, not emails, but messenger messages that I sent her. They weren't being looked at anymore.
Oh, they probably put you in. They can put you on a spam list and say anything we get from this guy, we'll block him. They can block you right out.
Yeah, but it was awful funny though. It was just right after the election.
How about amazing.
During the election? Oh, I noticed it.
It's amazing how they pay attention to you during the election, and then once they get what they want, see ya.
Exactly.
Oh, I get it. I get it.
My point.
Yeah, just like Chuck Turner and his gang go, oh yeah, no, you don't understand. The state senator doesn't understand. Yeah, okay, Chucky.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's pretty much what's going on around here.
Cool. Well, we like always we appreciate your input from the Lower East Side and your the pisser wall and the trespassers. Yes, sorry. And of course, your fight with City Hall. So yeah, we get it, brother.
Yeah. That's. I don't perceive it getting any better. Let's put it that way. I really don't.
There's going to be the honeymoon state, that honeymoon time. Everything. She'll be bright and new. She'll be out pounding the pavement. She'll be walking the streets. You'll probably catch her out there with a snow brush and snow shovel. Helping the people out. And then she's like, okay, that's like way too much like work. It's just like our new county executive. I can't wait to the first snowstorm to see her up on a roof shoveling snow. Really, I do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, or bringing out her skid steer or her backhoe and help cleaning up the mess at the Erie County jail. Well, so we'll see that, and we'll make sure that Chris Drexel, that's scared to death of a roof that's half as big as a football field. Well, and come up there and help us shovel. Drop off some donuts and leave.
Yeah, they'll help all right.
Yeah, they'll help all right. You better. Matter of fact, you're doing better. Just leave. Bye. But yeah, no, I appreciate your call, man.
Okay.
We'll talk to you.
Yep.
Bye. Dante Cooley would never let that bar shut down. Protest. Oh yeah, they're just social butterflies, and they need something to be angry about. So once this whole shooting thing gets investigated and that gets taken care of, and there'll be a rah, then that'll settle down. Then they'll be mad about something, and now that they have a ultra left Democrat mayor, they're going to run her ragged. They are literally going to run her ragged. Oh, we supported you, man. And the minute they don't get what they want from her, oh yeah, they'll turn. Oh yeah, they'll definitely turn. Yeah, ouch. Anyway, video, please, Brenda.
Treasurer Stacey Garrity doesn't watch clocks. She gets work done. In Iraq with 3 deployments. Back home, Garrity honed her skills as a top business executive. And as state treasurer, Stacey Garrity saved taxpayers millions and gave back hundreds of millions more in lost property. A new record. State Treasurer Stacey Garrity on guard for Pennsylvania.
Yeah, she's already got the bar set up pretty high. She's running her ads. I go ahead and run this ad every once in a while. I've been watching some conversations online. People like, well, what about Doug Mastriano? He hasn't announced. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Then that's why we have a primary. You vote for who you want to be the candidate. That's why we have a primary. Now, just because Stacey is out front and heading the charge, doesn't mean that, we can't say that Doug's not in the race. He hasn't announced yet. He hasn't said he's going to run. He hasn't put anything out on social media or in the news because they're watching. And then, of course, then we have the primary. There'll be a couple small folks that step up that, think that they're, and that is how it works. You want to run for governor. You knocked yourself out. What was that guy out in West County that wanted to run for governor? What was his name? The sandwich guy. God, what was his name? I can't remember his name off the top of my head. He wanted to run for governor, ran for state rep. I can't remember off the top of my head. Nice guy, real nice guy. He gave away sandwiches during the illegal lockdown, and now I think he's a really nice guy. I can't remember his name. I can't remember everybody's name. So let's see. Now this one, if you're a little squeamish, I apologize. This one is the Chicago train attack. Another one. So Brenda, please.
Prosecutors say he lit a woman on fire aboard a train. Meanwhile, there are growing questions about why he was back out on the streets despite a rap sheet reportedly going back to the early 90s. Mike Tobin is live in the Windy City with more. Hi, Mike.
And Dana, Lawrence Reed will be once again before the judge today, this time to determine if he will be held behind bars before he goes to trial. And that really is the backbone of this case. On Monday, he was out walking the streets despite a pending case for allegedly knocking a woman out, able to ride the L train where a woman was set on fire. Now, we have a statement from her family through Cook County Health. It's a pretty simple statement. They say, "We'd like to thank everyone for their prayers and well wishes as our daughter receives care for her injuries sustained earlier this week. We're also grateful for the excellent care and support of the burn team at Stroger Hospital." It goes on to the family to say the family will not be providing any more updates. Now, the criminal complaint against Reed says he went to a gas station, filled a plastic bottle with gasoline. The images get brutal here, so brace yourself. 20 minutes later, he was on the Blue Line train, dumped the gasoline on the woman's head. She ran, but he chased her down with the flaming remnants of the bottle and set her on fire. Mayor Brandon Johnson's message is that violence on public transit is not widespread.
Look, my responsibility is to build the safest, most affordable big city in America. The investments that we are making are certainly moving us in that direction. This is an isolated incident. I mean, I don't see this as some sort of trend.
We've tracked down more than 4 dozen of arrests of Lawrence Reed since 1993. 9 of them were for felonies, yet he has served just over 2 years behind bars. Most recently, he was charged with aggravated assault for knocking out a social worker. The state's attorney requested pretrial detention, but Judge Teresa Molina-Gonzalez denied him the request and put him on electronic monitoring. The website CWB Chicago reports that at that detention hearing, Judge Molina Gonzalez said, "I can't put everyone behind bars or keep everyone in jail just because the state's attorney has asked me to." So we'll find out later today if a federal judge will indeed keep him behind bars. Dana, back
Mike
to you.
Tobin, let's.
Yeah, it's an isolated incident. Well, it appears that women that are traveling alone are now becoming the victims of horrendous acts of violence. But hey, it's just an isolated incident. I think that clown mayor's rating is down almost in the single digits. I think he is going to go down as the worst mayor in Chicago history. And he just keeps drilling down that he is the best and he's a messiah Chicago politics. I don't know. I think I'd rather have the mayors from the 30s and the 40s. I mean, yeah, they were a little corrupt, but hey, at least they were taking care of business. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I get that. So let's see. Brenda, next video, please.
That you've proposed in one form or another. This is a show of hands question, and hold them up for a moment so people can see. Raise your hand if your government plan would provide coverage for undocumented immigrants.
Now, I'm going to stop this right here. I want you guys to look really, really close and look at this cast of characters, Democrats, of course, that have all agreed to give health care to illegal immigrants. Remember, during the shutdown, that was the whole argument that, we don't want to give health care to illegals. Well, no, Bernie Sanders, that's not how it works. This is what blah, 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 blah. Kamala Harris. Oh no, blah. And here they are on TV during a debate agreeing that illegals should have health care. They are the party of hypocrites, but then they point their fingers at us and call us Nazis and fascists and deplorables and garbage man. Whatever, man. Could you come up with something new? Because the whole Nazi thing is just really getting old. It's kind of boring. But yeah, I wanted you to sit there and look at the faces of these knuckleheads that were going to push for health care for illegals if they would have become the president.
Okay. Let me start with you, Mayor Buttigieg. Why? Plans that you've proposed in one form or another. This is a show of hands question, and hold them up for a moment so people can see. Raise your hand if your government plan would provide coverage for undocumented immigrants. Okay. Let me start with you, Mayor Buttigieg. Why?
Yeah, of course, Bernie Sanders Joe Biden probably had his earpiece in, telling him what to do. And of course, the same thing with Kamala Harris. She had her earpiece on from her handlers on what to do. But again, they're the party of lies and deception. And Crockett is up there saying, "Well, y'all Republicans are nothing but a bunch of lies." You're the one that just called the wrong. I hope the Dr. Epstein sues the snot out of her. Really? And they all clap. Well, of course they do, Dave. That's what they want. They want these people to come here. They're not assimilating. They want to get a free ride so you and I and the rest of us can pay for our stuff and worry about how to pay the bills and our health care while they get it for free for doing nothing. Nothing. And then, of course, now they're all screaming bloody murder about this adjustment and the SNAP benefits that they're going to have to potentially reapply. And you have to prove that you are getting them legally. Because you mean to tell me people don't lie about their status? Yeah. Let's see. AOC. Oh, yeah, this one. This one I will play twice. It's short, and you have to really pay attention to what she is saying. It's hard to hear, but what she says is unbelievable. But then again, nothing that comes out of these Democrats shocks me anymore. Really, it really doesn't. They're so blatantly bold about their tactics. They don't even care because, hey, you know what? Republicans don't get out and vote, so they can pretty much do what they want, knowing they're going to get elected, and that's why it needs to change. Go ahead.
Administration, my concern is that the lesson that they're learning is that Democrats are weak, and that next time we just need to hurt working people and working Americans more to get them to fold. And this administration, my concern is that the lesson that they're learning is that Democrats are weak, and that next time we just need to hurt working people and working Americans more to get them to fold. And
we need to hurt the working people more. That's what she said. Not AI, not spliced together. That's exactly what she said. And again, the media doesn't cover it. It doesn't go anywhere. The alphabet news people, they're not going to touch it because that is their new glitter girl, and they're going to run her for president. You watch. She'll be one of the herd that comes out to run for president. It's going to be, little Josh, Newscomb, and the bartender. It almost sounds like a bad movie. Little Josh, Newscomb, and the bartender. Let's see here. Did we go through? We didn't go through all our stuff already, did we?
Yep.
Boy, time. Well, I guess it is 7:53. I mean, time flies when you're having fun. Again, we tried to, keep it under an hour. Matt, thanks for coming in. We're doing great. We had some great discussions. You can go back and watch it on replay. We talked a little bit about everything. The wonderful transit system in Chicago, setting young ladies on fire, and they did show some. There's some news clips of photographs of her, and just a nice looking lady, someone that looks like your sister or your aunt or your cousin, just on the train minding her business. It's just these, and there's a trend, but I got to be careful because if I say it just wrong, I'm going to be the racist. Well, they call us all the names anyway. So, there's a trend of violence against white women. I mean, I don't know what to say. It is what it is. And prove me wrong. So yeah, other than that, like I said, do you have the little website video again? Can you play that again? So just to get people kind of tuned in.
Please stop by our new website at botgwithbrianshank.com.
All right, there it is. Like I said, don't be too judgmental. Brenda literally got it up yesterday. We're going to go in there and fine tune it, add some more stuff, get some more shorts, some AI shorts from the show. We will put some more merchandise up there. It'll start chugging along here very, very quickly, and that's fine. And that's what it's about. I got to sneeze. Woo! All righty. There's another great, awesome show. Thanks, Brendan, Brian. Thanks for both of you so much. You're welcome. It's our show. We do it for you guys. Everybody coming in. Teresa, I didn't even see you come in there. You snuck in there like a little ninja. But that's it. We will be back on Wednesday. We might have a schedule change. After the show, Brendan and I had that little discussion about that. It appears I'm taking on a part-time job, and I have to work Wednesday evenings. I mean, I literally get off at 8 o'clock. I can't be in two places at once. And I said, Brenda, you just do this show. She's like, no. No. Listen, we can just do like most radio stations do, just pre-record everything and just play it. That's what they do nowadays anyway. So yeah, you want to go ahead and do the outro, please?
Fight has never been clear. Take a good look in the mirror, and tell me what you see. They throw their stones to silence people, build up their walls to celebrate evil. Destructions are what they seek, and they got their man Charlie. But like an avalanche rolling downhill, like a fighter imposing his will, an army is born. Like the force of a tsunami wave, rising up, going boldly in faith. We cried and we mourned, but now this is war. One bullet, one shot, but don't be mistaken, they took out a life, but united a nation, and we are not afraid. We rise up against those demonic forces who kill and destroy, but for God who our Lord is, standing strong and brave, the sleeping giant waves. Like an avalanche rolling downhill, like a fighter imposing his will, an army is born. Like the force of a tsunami wave, rising up, going boldly in faith. We cried and we mourned, but now this is war. They took out someone, a dead husband and son, because of his views and his faith. They thought they had won, no idea what they've done. Now they're lying in the bed that they've made. They took out someone, a dead husband or son, because of his views and his faith. They thought they had won, no idea what they've done. Now they're lying in the bed that they've made, and they created a martyr that day. Like an avalanche rolling downhill, a prize fighter imposing his will, an army is born. Like the force of a tsunami wave, rising up, going boldly in faith. We cried and we mourned, but now this is war. Like an avalanche rolling downhill, a prize fighter imposing his will. He lived without fear. Oh, like the force of a tsunami wave, rising up, going boldly in faith. It won't disappear. Now the whole world hears. So let me be clear, Charlie, we got it from here.
All right, everybody, thanks for coming out. Special thank you to Brenda for putting the show together and making all the magic happen. Again, thank you all for coming out. We appreciate you sharing your Sunday evenings with us. And like I said, we'll be back on Wednesday. We'll have to make a decision what to do with the show. We might have to move it to Thursdays. Same time. It's just it looks like my work schedule is I only work part-time, and of course the one day is Wednesday, and it appears I won't be getting off until 8 o'clock. So we're going to have to come up with a command decision on what to do. We will let you know, of course. We will put some flyers up, and it'll probably be a temporary thing. I said, can we change this around? And the boss like, hey, you're the new guy, man. Don't, you're not getting too much leeway being the new guy. I said, all right, I get it. So yeah, thanks for coming out tonight. We'll appreciate it. Watch the weather and changing. And let's try to remember the people that don't have quite as much as we do. We all are here today because we're blessed. So again, Shank out.